teach CBSE 10th Maths. Hey guys, this is Tina. I teach CBSE 8 Maths. Check out our videos on the playlist. Alright, now let's get into the video.
Today we are going to be learning Chapter 13, Surface Areas and Volumes, Exercise 13.1, third question. Alright, now let's read the question. A toy is in the form of a cone of radius 3.5 cm mounted on a hemisphere of same radius. The total height of the toy is 15.5 cm. Find the total surface area of the toy. Okay, so there is a toy. So you can just take any toy which one is in the shape of a cone as well as a hemisphere. Okay, so now we are going to be drawing the shapes line by line. We are going to be reading the question line by line and we are going to be drawing the figures. Okay, so there is a toy. Okay, so which is in the form of means which is in the shape of a cone. Okay, of radius 3 cm mounted on a hemisphere. Mounted means which is upon that. Okay, so for example, first they mentioned form of a cone. First they mentioned cone. So let us draw a cone. Okay, so little bit big. Okay, so now I just drew a cone. So it is a rough figure. Okay, don't just take it as okay. So I'm sorry. Okay, so now I just drew a cone. So it has a radius. So radius means from here to here. So the radius is 3.5 cm. 1 second. So 3.5 cm. So now I just took radius as 3.5 cm. Mounted means which is this cone is in this cone is upon a hemisphere. Okay, mounted means upon a hemisphere. Okay, so upon a hemisphere. So this is the hemisphere. Okay, so now mounted means I guess you guys can understand. So mounted means this hemisphere is joined to this cone, right? That is the meaning of mounted. Okay, so now this hemisphere it is joined to this cone. Okay, of same radius. So even this is having this radius, even the hemisphere is having the radius 3.5 cm. Okay, so the total height of the toy is 15.5 cm. Okay, so total height means this one. Okay, so that is 15.5 cm. Okay, so total height is 15.5 cm. Find the total surface area of the toy. Okay, so now since the both the shapes now they are mounted together, now it is a toy. Okay, so here you can see this is a cone. So this is a cone and this hemisphere. So now after joining it, now we got a toy. Okay, alright, so we are supposed to find the total surface area of the toy. Total surface area means this complete figures total surface area. How to find the total surface area? How? Total means complete. Okay, that is the meaning. So complete figure, we are supposed to find the complete surface area of this toy. How to find that? So I would like to suggest how to find whether we are supposed to use curved surface area or total surface area. How to find the difference? How means now you can just take a paintbrush. Okay, of course in exams you can't just take. So you can just take a pencil. After drawing the figure, of course you used to draw it with a pencil, right? After drawing the figure with a pencil, now you just shade that figure. So here they just mention the total surface area of the toy. So this is a toy. Okay, whatever toy in your collection, if you just find it in this shape, you can just take it. Okay, so here if I ask you guys to paint this toy, okay, so you can just think this is a wooden toy. Okay, so completely it is made up of wood. Okay, so now if I ask you guys to paint it, what will you do? So you just paint like this. I used to paint like this, believe me guys. Okay, so I used to paint like this. Paint. So comment me guys if you guys like painting. I used to paint sometimes. Okay. So now if I ask you guys to paint it, so now I just painted it, am I right? So since it is a wooden toy, so will you guys be able to cut this wooden toy and paint it inside? Will you do that? No one will do that, am I right? So if we just cut the toy, we won't be able to fix it. Then what's the use of cutting it, am I right? So if I just ask you guys to paint this toy, this is a toy, complete thing. You're supposed to see it as like this, okay? Don't just see inside these things and all. You just see like this, okay? So I'm just drawing a figure, okay? So this is the shape, complete shape of the toy, okay? So if I just ask you guys to paint it, you will just paint it like this, randomly like this, am I right? So you won't just paint it inside. Why? Because inside what are things are there? Some material, plastics or wooden things, am I right? So inside some wooden things will be there, so we won't be able to paint inside. Why? Because if we cut only, we will be able to paint that, am I right? So if we cut it, then no use. I just told you guys to paint it. So if I ask something to paint, you will just paint the upper part. You won't just cut the thing and you won't just paint the inner part, am I right? So okay, so if we just take one example, what shall I say? Yeah, so you can just take this highlighter, okay? So this highlighter, okay, so it is just a highlighter. You can just think this pen as a paintbrush, okay? So I'm a painter, so I'm just painting a toy. I would like to paint a toy. So this is the toy. Okay, so this is the toy. So I'm a painter. I would like to paint this toy. What will I do? So painter, of course, he used to have a brush and he used to paint it like this, am I right? So he used to paint it like this, like how I'm doing right now. So and then I used to flip it and I used to paint the backward part and here everywhere, okay? Okay, so now since I painted this part, only the outside part, so will I be able to paint it inside? So if I want to paint it inside, I want to cut it, am I right? So I should cut it like this and I should break it and I should paint it. That is a silly thing, am I right? So if we just cut it, then no use of painting that new toy, am I right? So if I just ask you guys to paint it, you are supposed to paint only the outside. You will be able to paint only the outside without breaking anything. You are supposed to paint the outside. So since I painted the curved part, so here I just painted the curved part. Likewise here also I just painted the curved part, am I right? So since I painted the curved part as well as the hemisphere, including the cone and the hemisphere, I am supposed to find the curved surface area of cone as well as the curved surface area of hemisphere, okay? I am sorry guys, I don't have a original figure of a, I don't have a real life thing which is which is a cone which is mounted upon a hemisphere. So if I just had it, no, I would have showed you guys, am I right? So I'm sorry. So rest of the questions now I would like to share few real life equipments with you guys, okay? So now currently I don't have like this shaped toy or something, so that's why I'm not able to show it, okay? All right, so now so I just painted only the curved surface. So here also for this pen, I just painted the curved surface. Likewise for the toy also I'm able to paint only the curved surface. So what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to find the curved surface area of cone as well as curved surface area of hemisphere. Why? Because we are supposed to find the total surface area of the toy. That's why. Okay. So since you guys know, I am going to be finding the curved surface area of cone as well as curved surface area of hemisphere. Let me just write that, okay? So now we are supposed to find the total surface area of the toy, am I right? So for that I told you, so toy includes cone as well as hemisphere. So let me draw it, okay? So here this is the toy that is in the shape of cone as well as, yeah, I'll just draw the cone first. Okay, so now it is mounted upon a hemisphere, okay? So I hope you guys can see it. One second. Okay, you can just see it, right? Yeah. Okay, so now you can see the figure, am I right? So one second guys. Okay, so now you can see the figure. So now according to this figure, so now we have a cone as well as a hemisphere. Okay, so what is the radius of this particular cone and hemisphere? So the radius, it is 3.5 centimeter, and the total height of this particular toy is, one second, so the total height is 15.5, yeah, 15.5 centimeter. Okay, so now since you guys know, I'm going to be finding the curved surface area of cone as well as hemisphere. Why? Because I'm able to paint only the outer part, only the curved part, am I right? Curved part of the cone as well as the, one second, so as well as the hemisphere. One second, I'll paint it. So guys, I'm just taking this much time for you guys to understand it properly. Okay, so okay, so now I just painted the toy. Okay, so since I painted it, since I painted the curved surface area of the curved part of the cone as well as the curved part of the hemisphere, I'm going to be writing curved surface area of cone as well as plus curved surface area of hemisphere. Okay. Okay. So what is the curved surface area of cone? Formula. We are supposed to apply the formula, that is pi r L. Okay. And then plus what is the curved surface area of hemisphere? That is 2 pi r h. 2 pi r square. I am literally sorry guys. Okay, so 2 pi r square. Okay, so the curved surface area of cone is pi r L and curved surface area of hemisphere is 2 pi r square. Okay, so now since you guys know, I'm going to be taking it as common. Okay, so the question here it is, so I'm going to be taking it as common, right? So here I have pi, and here also I have pi, here I have r, and here also I have the r, but here it is r square, no problem. So since you guys know, pi value for everything it is same only, and r also here radius 3.5 centimeter, right? For the cone as well as for hemisphere, no, for both the shapes, no, the radius is 3.5. So I can just take it as common. I can just take pi r as common. Why can't I just take one more r? So since here they mentioned r square, no, I just took one r as common here. Okay, another one r, no, I'm gonna write L. So here we have L plus 2r. Okay, so here since we have r square, I just took one r as common and another one r here I just wrote it in bracket, and then I just wrote L and then plus as it is. Then here whatever things we didn't just take it as common, that is 2 and one more r, that's I just wrote it as it is. Okay, so what is the value of pi? So the pi value is 22/7 into 3.5, that is radius, and bracket L. Oh my gosh, we have L, right? Okay, so L means the slant height. So here I can say this is the slant height of that cone. So this is known as L. Okay, so L, most of the guys might have thought length. Okay, no problem, you can just say length, or you can just say length. So we used to say length for cuboid, cube and all, right? So here it is slant height. Okay, so the slant height of the cone is called which is represented as L. Okay, so how to find L? So now that's the question. So don't worry guys, I'll just help you. So remember guys, so this is the slant height of the cone, no, we call it, we just represent it as L. Okay, so it is better to call slant height instead of calling it as length. Okay, so length is for cuboid, those things and all. Okay, alright, so how to find this L? So we have a formula for that. Okay, so the formula is, so I hope you can see it once again. Yeah, so the formula is L square is equal to r square plus h square. This is the formula. Okay, so else we don't know the slant height. Okay, so what is r square means radius. So what is the radius? So the radius is 3.5 centimeter. Am I right? So here since we have square, let us write square plus h square. So we don't know the h. Am I right? So here what is the h? So this is the h. Am I right? So this is the h of the particular thing, that is cone. Okay. So particular shape, that is cone. Okay. So since we don't know, since we don't know the h, that is height of this cone, how to find it? How means? So since you guys know we have hemisphere, right? So hemisphere has pi as well as radius. Am I right? Hemisphere doesn't have a height. Okay. So what we can just do is, when we just come down like this, so here what is this thing for this particular hemisphere? Is it a height for hemisphere? No, actually it is a radius. Okay, so this thing, yeah, here it is a radius. Okay, so complete line means it is a diameter. So here everything is a diameter. So this thing, no, it is a radius. This part is a radius. Okay, so here also the measurement is 3.5 centimeter. Why? Because here your complete part but in particular thing right over here, no, here it is a radius. Okay, so for hemisphere, no, this complete thing is a radius. So here this one is a diameter. Okay, so now we are just focusing on radius, so no worries. So since you guys know this part is a radius for a particular for this hemisphere, so I can say, so how can I write that? Yeah, so I can just say this part from the starting of the hemisphere until the end of the hemisphere. Now this part measurement is 3.5 centimeter. Okay, okay, so this measurement is 3.5 centimeter. Okay, all right. So now so if I just subtract 15.5 centimeter minus 3.5 centimeter, I'll be able to find the height. Am I right? So when I just minus 15.5 and 3.5, no, I get 12 centimeter. Okay, so this is the height of the cone. Okay, so the height of the cone is 12 centimeter. Okay, I hope you guys can understand it. Okay, so if you don't just understand, no worries. Okay, so here this, okay, so here, okay, so here this is the figure. Okay, so since you guys know this is a figure, so here the radius is 3.5 centimeter, and since you guys know hemisphere doesn't have a radius, that is the simplest thing I would like to say. Okay, so since you guys know here the radius of the hemisphere is 3.5 centimeter. Okay, and one more thing is hemisphere, no, it doesn't have a height. Okay, but cone does have a height. Okay, okay, all right. So cone has a height, but hemisphere, no, it doesn't have a height, it has only the radius. So the complete, okay, so the complete measurement is 3.5 centimeter. Why? Because here the radius is 3.5 centimeter. So for the complete for this hemisphere, no, the measurement is 3.5 centimeter. So from here to here it is 3.5 centimeter. Okay, so one more thing, according to the question they mentioned that the, so what is this? This is a toy, am I right? So toy means including cone as well as hemisphere. So including cone as well as hemisphere, no, the measurement is 15.5 centimeter. Okay, so now since I know the radius of this particular figure, that is hemisphere, and the complete height of the toy, that is 15.5 centimeter, if I just minus 15.5 and 3.5, okay, I am just subtracting them, then I will get 12 centimeter. Okay, so this is the height of the cone. Okay, so here, so the height of the cone is 12 centimeter. Okay, I hope you guys can understand it, right? Okay, So okay, remember guys, hemisphere doesn't have a height, length, breadth, nothing. It has radius as well as pi. Pi means which are pi value is 22 by 7, otherwise 3.14. okay, so since you guys know that, now we can just solve it. Am I right? So now what is the height is 12 centimeter. okay, so now we can just apply the height value in this particular formula. Why? Because we are supposed to find the slant height. Am I right? So slant height we just call it as L in case of cone. So that's why now we found the now we are using the slant height. How to find the slant height? We are using that formula, that is L square is equal to R square plus H square. okay, so here they mentioned L. So L for so for cone we just call it as slant height. okay, so now since we guys know height is 12 centimeter, so we can just write 12 centimeter and this square as it is. okay, and then L square is equal to 3.5 square. So 3.5 into 3.5 we get 12 point I guess yeah, 12.25. I guess it is right. Yeah, of course. Okay, 12.25 and then plus, so 12 into 12. So 12 into 12, it is 144. okay, so now L square is equal to, so 12.25 plus 144 is 156.25. okay, so now since we have L square here, we don't want L square, right? We want L, that is the slant height. So we don't want slant height square. Am I right? So we just want only the slant height. So since we want slant height, no, we don't want this square. So I can just write L. So here since you guys know, here if you just write root, no, one second guys. okay, so after that we just cancel it. So after cancelling it, no, we get 12.5. okay, so so we won't just write root, that is the use of long division. okay, so when we just do long division, no, we just take off the root. okay, I mean when you just do it, you will understand. Am I right? So just because to take off the root only, I just took long division. okay, so now finally I got the L value. okay, so now since I got the L value, I can actually write it. Am I right? So I can write, so I just wrote 12.5 and then plus 2 into radius is 3.5. okay, now so when I just, so I can just take off this value. okay, so when I just take off the value, here it will become 10, then 7 ones are 7 and then 7 5s are 35. okay, and then now what I can do, now I can just solve this thing. So I am going to be writing these things as it is. okay, so let me just write 22 into 5 by 10. okay, 5 by 10 into, so when I just solve these things, so for example 12.5 plus 2 into 3.5. okay, so when I just solve it, I get 12.5 and then here when I just do multiplication, I'll get 7. okay, so now we are supposed to, so it will be much more better when I just put it in bracket. So when I just add this, no, I'll get, when I just add that, I'll get 19.5. okay, alright guys, so I'll get 19.5. okay, I hope you guys know why I put multiplication. Why? Because since it was in bracket, no, I just put it in multiplication. If you just try the multiplication, if you just do it, it will be okay, but it will be confusing. okay, so that's why I just put bracket. Bracket means multiplication, of course you guys know. okay, so now we can actually solve it. Am I right? So how can we solve it? So now 5 so 22 into 5. So what is the answer? 22 into 5. So one second. So I guess I don't have space, so I'm going to be doing it here. Okay, so is equal to 22. I'm just writing that as it is. 5 by 10 into 19.5 by 10. Okay, so 22 into 5 is 110. Okay, and then we can actually write into 19. So since I just took it now, I got 10 here, so I can just write 195. Okay, alright, so here 10 into 10 is 100. Okay, so now I can just cancel this 0 and this 0, and then 11 into 195 is 2145. By we have 10 no, so I just wrote the 10 as it is, and then is equal to, so now since I have 2145 by 10 no, I can write in point. Am I right? That means I can write 214.5 centimeter square. I can actually write it like this. So this will be the answer. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, I hope you guys know how did it come. How means 2145 by 10, right? So I know how to, you guys know how to put the decimal point. So likewise we just did it and we just solved it. Okay, so finally we solved the third question.
Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like this video, share it to your friends and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you have any doubt, comment me in the comment section. Catch you in the next video. Bye.